Coming up, it's a Week 12 battle in the AFC West, with Denver looking for their 16th win in the last 21 against LA. Can the Broncos continue their dominance? Find out next on EA Sports.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Los Angeles Chargers. Glenn, joined as always by Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Broncos in this one. They know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late, so maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays, anything to try and gain a little bit of momentum.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Here's Richie James on the return. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by a two-time Pro Bowler in his sixth season now, Dak Prescott.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. And just a yard to go here on second down. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll try to throw now. Prescott to the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Well, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down. On third down, it's Prescott. And he fires one, but incomplete. So on fourth down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They'll be led by Teddy Bridgewater in his 8th season now in the NFL.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Bridgewater on first down. Swings this out for Hunt. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? Play action now. Bridgewater. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Throwing is Bridgewater. Steps away to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Throwing again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. It's complete to Chris Conley. This defense going to bring out a couple extra DBs here on 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for the 1st down with Hunt. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
1st down, Bridgewater. And his throw here is incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. A carry here for Hunt. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. Throwing, Bridgewater. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Nick Folk for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The Charger drive about to get going. It's their 3rd drive now, and so far we've seen a punt. In that 2nd drive, CD, they turned the ball over, so not the start that they were envisioning.
Yeah, they've been ineffective so far, but look, they've worked on a game plan all week long. Don't get away from it too soon. Find a way to get some significant gains, loosen up, get going, and then they should be okay the rest of the way.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Let's go. Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react. A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early. because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Bridgewater. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. There he goes, right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Now Folk for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Couldn't do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump. And he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Here's James. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
The coverage unit out there thinking pass on 3rd and 3. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Fournette on the counter. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Throwing, Prescott. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Nick Bosa in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football. Here's Chris Jones now as he's on to punt for Denver. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And it's fielded at the 34. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Bridgewater's throw going into the hands of Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. That's caught by Ayuk on the slant. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. On play action, it's Bridgewater. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. Gets by him at the 25. Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8. Play fake. Bridgewater. Out left, he's got it to Everett. Touchdown, Chargers. Gerald Everett, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Extra point try now for Crosby. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Fournette running out of the gun. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Time to go to work. Let's go.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line. A couple of first downs has the football position at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Now the ball comes loose and picked up by the Chargers. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. A first down throw for Bridgewater. Looking sideline, incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt. And he missed it. It's no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
Distance was never an issue, not in this mile-high air, but it doesn't matter what elevation you're at if you don't put it on target. And this one kind of takes off on him.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here's Chris Jones now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
Here's a handoff to Hunt, running left. And a decent move, but brought down quickly just outside of the 5-yard line. The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Bridgewater. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, able to avoid him. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Fournette running right. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth. Yes. He's miles away and smiling. It's a big play there for the Broncos. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
And they'll get it down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. This Charger defense continuing to hold the line. Now it's a third and goal situation. Prescott from the gun. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Folk's kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Charger drive about to get going. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They go play action. Bridgewater. And that's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. Prescott looks to throw on first. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Prescott to throw it. And he rips that one incomplete there. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Prescott. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Touchdown, Broncos. But Dak Prescott, probably not the first name you think of in terms of strongest arms in the NFL, but he showed it off there.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham, you have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
Yeah, and that throw traveling an even 64 yards in the air. Extra point up and good by Folk, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Get ready. I can hear you.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And that is incomplete here. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. This time they stay on the ground. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats for the Chargers in that first half. And despite the fact that they're looking up at a double-digit deficit at halftime, they were able to move the football through the air in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Terrell Basham able to record his 5th sack of the season. On is the Chargers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Play fake. Here's Prescott. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now a 2nd down and 6. Looking to throw. Prescott. It's brought in by Harris. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. formation now. Prescott. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Prescott. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he will have the Broncos first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. 2nd and 6. Now Prescott. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Grady Jarrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll swing this out to Fournette. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
That's a letdown defensively because they had him stacked up 3rd and long, and you know their thought process had to be just make the tackle in front of the sticks and force the 3. Instead, they allowed him room to run, and now they're facing 1st and goal, looking to regroup.
A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
This is obviously a critical sequence for this defense if they want to stay in this game. Down 2 scores already. They give up a touchdown here. That makes things really difficult for their offense moving forward.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They just get the play off. Now Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped. Bad place to fumble down here in the red zone. At least they got it. They'll have another shot. Or no, they won't have another shot. It's going to be 4th down. Maybe they can at least salvage 3.
And they were thinking 6 points because at this position of the field, it's go time, right? You take your shots at the end zone. They weren't able to do that one. So you look over at the sideline, there's the head coach saying, oh, heck, kick it, field goal time.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
The Charger drive about to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
To throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Bridgewater to throw it. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And again, it's Bridgewater. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Miles Jack. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. This is where the mile-high air really starts to affect an opposing offense. Guys moving a bit slowly here. It's 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Bridgewater. And this is going to be incomplete. On his is the Chargers punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Gets around him. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. Denver's offense ready to go again. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. It's caught by Hooper. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on. Oh, Prescott stripped, and this is recovered by the Chargers.
That one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. The Charger offense making their way back out there. They trail by 2 scores in the 4th, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. A time to see what this offense has left in the tank. Bridgewater now after the fumble recovery. It's Williams on the catch. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
That's it, baby. We gonna work.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Bridgewater. Got a man. That's Ayuk. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. He's got it to Williams. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 43.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score, because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible. First down, Bridgewater. And the Broncos get there
him down. DJ Jones, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Another try after the first down sack. Bridge under pressure, they got him again. Dwayne Smoot, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked out at about the 3-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. To throw is Prescott. Hard throw, incomplete. Here's Chris Jones now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or two shy of midfield. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. Bridgewater on first down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. His throw incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. This will be from 56 yards out. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
He was brought down by Eric Wilson. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yards.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Geno Atkins in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. 3rd and long for Prescott. It's brought in by Harris. And to the 46 he goes and no further, so he is well short of the first down marker. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Here's Chris Jones now as he's on to punt for Denver. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
LA readies for its next possession. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You've got the first one for the second one to even matter.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run with Hunt. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
91 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. A first down throw for Bridgewater. He shakes him off.
That's complete out left to Ayuk.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal as he's inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now it's Hunt. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. To throw is Bridgewater. He finds his receiver Williams for a Charger touchdown.
Mike Williams.
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Chargers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now Crosby for the point after. And the lead will shrink to 6. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And we get another look now at this Broncos offense.
After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
2nd down, back to Fournette.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock with Fournette. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Chris Jones now as he's on to punt for Denver. So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now Bridgewater. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this one is incomplete. After the incomplete pass here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Bridgewater. He's going to let it fly.
And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
One last shot now for Bridgewater. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Broncos, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals.